Murtz Jaffer here with another Big Brother Canada 5 eviction interview here with Dillon. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
I want to jump right into it. What was Kevin thinking?
I have no idea. He just made a game move, and I guess it was to get a strong player of the house, and he succeeded.
Do you think it was a better move for him to try and force Karen's hand, or to try and get rid of, one of the two?
Yeah, I was hoping on the latter. Karen just made a game move. She made I feel like the wrong decision because I'm sitting here with you, unfortunately. But it's okay. It is what it is. The game plays, and you got to play what's best for your game. So.
Did you have any idea that it was coming, that he was considering even using the POV after he won?
No, had no idea. That was a total shock to everybody, and definitely a total shock to myself.
Who do you blame more for your eviction? Do you blame sort of Kevin for using the veto, putting you up, or do you blame Karen, who you were aligned with, who, basically voted for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. Kevin put me in the position, and Karen had previous relationships with Ike and Dmitry, so I can't really blame her too much. She did what she thought was best for her game. So more of the blame would, I guess, go to Kevin for putting me in that position, yeah.
I want to sort of delve into Karen's mindset. Why would she choose to evict you? Somebody who's seemingly her ally versus Dmitry, who's basically won everything.
Yeah, that's a question you'll have to ask Karen. I'm not 100%. I felt we had a great relationship in the house, and I would have taken her to final two, whereas they will not take her to final two. So that's a Karen question for sure.
I was fascinated by Karen and Kevin's relationship in the house. What was that like?
Oh my goodness, it was fun to watch them bicker back and forth. It was fun to watch, definitely. She was just so vindictive against Kevin. I don't know why.
Was it spurred by anything or no?
Well, I guess week one when he tried to flip the votes, like Karen wanted Mark to go and Kevin didn't want Mark to go. So I think that's where it all stemmed from, was week one when Kev tried to flip the votes. Yeah.
Do you think that her vote against you was a vote against Dillon or a vote against Kevin, the HOH?
It was definitely a vote against Kevin. She didn't want to give Kevin the power to decide, and it's tough, but it is what it is.
Can you talk about sort of your relationship with Karen? Did you consider what she did to be a betrayal?
Oh no betrayal. It's a game, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a game. It's not real life. It's. She did what she thought she had to do, whether it was vindictive or whatever. It is what it is.
Do you see the logic, like sort of you have these two people that are working together? Why would you sort of go with them when you have you who's basically with her?
Yeah, that's kind of was my argument. But she just thought she wanted to get further in the game, and she thought that was what she needed to do to get further into the game. So.
I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Dmitry. You seem to sort of like lock horns at the beginning of the game, but by the end, it almost seemed like you were bros. So how did that relationship evolve?
Yeah, just like you said in the beginning of the game, he was on the block and he had to put a target on somebody else, a big threat as myself, and towards the end of the latter part of the game, we did bond a little bit more, and I have a lot of respect for the kid. I didn't give enough credit as far as the intellectuality goes. He's a very smart human being. And obviously a powerhouse. I called him Kid Clutch. He was a hell of a competitor. Yeah.
Are you're used to you're a boxing guy, right? So was it humbling at all to have this like friggin' Superman?
Yeah, he is Superman. No, it's not. It is what he is a strong competitor, very smart guy, and it's cool, man. I like to see people succeed. I like to see other people do good.
Now, speaking of your boxing, I think a lot of people know that you're a boxing champion, but what a lot of people might not know is that you're also a chess champion. So is Big Brother Canada one big chess game?
Oh, it is. It is a lot of strategy, a lot of thinking 3, 4, 5 moves ahead, just like chess. I think it is a big chess game, yeah.
Let's say you had made it into the Final Four. Can you sort of tell me what your game plan would have been moving forward?
Well, if I made it to Final Four, it would be to win the HOH, win the power veto. Those are two competitions at the end of the game that you need to win. So that kind of would have been get Kevin out, try to get Dmitry out in the final three.
In your interview with Arissa after you were evicted, you said that you hoped that Kevin didn't win. Why did you say that?
Only because he's the reason I'm sitting here right now. And he was such a liar and not betrayed me because I don't. That's a strong word. I would have had to invest more emotion or feelings into him for him to betray me. But he did me wrong in the beginning of the game, like lying to me and going behind my back. But yeah, it's solely because he put me on the block and was a big part of the reason why I got evicted. So Yeah.
If he didn't use the veto and Dmitry and Ika had stayed on the block, who would you have voted to evict?
I was going to vote to evict Dmitry. Yeah. And Kevin knew that, and I think that's why he put me on the block. I needed to get Kevin and Dmitry out in order for me to get to final two, and that would have been the first step in that process.
Family seemed very important to you. How great was it? Just like missing them and then sort of seeing them again. What was that like?
Unbelievable. There's no words that I can use to explain that. I miss my family so much. We're a very huge part of each other's lives. And if it wasn't for my mom, I really wouldn't be who I am or where I am today in life. So I owe everything to her. She's a beautiful woman, and my niece is gorgeous. She's so smart. And, I miss my family a lot.
What was the best part about being on the show?
Just as a whole, like, it was an amazing experience. I'm a part of the Big Brother family now. It really means a lot to me to be able to say that. That's a huge accomplishment in my life. Getting to Final Five was a big thing, but then when my mom walked through the doors and with my dog, that was just unbelievable emotion on that day.
Amazing. Dillon, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me.